Welcome to Said Larry J. I am your host, Larry J. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is part two of Strategies for Success for 2022. Part two is knowing you. Who are you? Who am I? How do we get to know who we are? First off, based just doing a recap, talking about a clear space. Having a clear space, clear environment, clear mindset actually propels each and every last one of us to be able to discover who we are. The more we learn who we are, the more people cannot actually misguide, mislead us, and try to put us over here and put us over there because you understand who you are. Now, how do I find out who I am? First, you have to find out your talents. What do you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy doing? I'll use myself for example. I love talking. I'm a mouthpiece. How do I know I'm a mouthpiece? Because I love to talk. So what I do is I pretty much try to line up myself to what I enjoy doing. I love talking, so mostly, yes, you'll find me in the teaching arena, public speaking arena, because I enjoy speaking, and that's why you see me on here. I love speaking and empowering people when it comes to education, inspiration, scriptures, um, empowerment, and giving people strategies and life coaching tips as well. Now, these same things I implement in my own life because usually we have to ask ourselves the question, are you where you are in the same spot that you were last year, this year? And so what I did was I went and looked back at some of my goals. A good bulk of my goals I executed for 2021, 2020. Now, some of them I had to write down, or I would look at my goals that I wrote down to see, well, okay, well, should I actually should I write this down, or should I just add it back onto my goals? Personal development is where you learn, discover who you are. How do you learn and discover who you are? First, we want to consider dealing with what's going on with us mentally. So, if you know you exhibit leadership skills, well, if you want to develop and to be and exhibit and educate and empower in leadership, you want to actually go buy leadership books. How to coach leadership, how to develop in leadership. What are some strategies for leadership? Things in that nature. That's what you want, a personal development. Okay, in my core issues. Okay, you want to deal with some childhood issues, some childhood things, because sometimes, especially in the black community, most of us, we don't like dealing with no childhood stuff. All we like to do, we like to stuff that stuff in the closet, like some of us stuff our clothes in the closet, and we like to keep it moving. But it's those issues that follow each and every one of us wherever we go. So if we go and get in a relationship and we wonder why it didn't last that long, you're crazy as hell. That's why it didn't last long. It's some deeper issues that we have. And this is where personal development comes in. So we have to ask ourselves. I remember I was through some um opportunities that was presented, and my sister was talking. She said, every time you look up, you just it just be you and certain people in certain positions. So have you considered looking at yourself in the mirror? And then so I started looking at myself because I would go in certain places and I was like, okay, these people don't know what they're doing. I got this. Well, I learned how to go in, and it was a development issue. And that development issue meaning I start going in and I didn't allow things to bother me. Why am I let stuff bother you when your stuff is tearing up? That don't have anything to do with me because I want things to work like this. Okay, everybody's not gonna work like that. So I had to evolve in it. Certain things with dealing with customers, it helped me personally develop with how to diffuse situations, how to handle escalated situations. What happens when you pour gas on a fire? Do you realize this is a fire? Those are things that and that helped me even when I do counseling as well. Well, get obtain counseling. That helped me as well because I just open up to the counselor. You know, the Bible said in the book of James, confess your faults one to another that you may be made whole. You have to talk to people about certain things. Like some of my sisters, they know I just talk to them about everything, majority about everything. But everything that be going on in my work life, I mean, I just be going and I be going and I be going. And I want to get that stuff out there because this is where some people mess up. The Bible say confess your faults one to another that you may be healed. I'm gonna come in another direction with it. See, back in the biblical days, the priest was the counselor, the doctor, the lawyer, um, the counselor, the doctor, the lawyer, the judge, the nurse, and everything else. Well, so in this day and time, there are people because God uses all of us. There are some people that go and they are in the industry of counseling. They decide they want to go be a counselor, therapist, psychologist, um, and things of that nature. So we should want to consider when it comes to our personal development to develop in counseling. Talk. Why do I think the way I think? Why I can't stay in a relationship? Why all these folks that I date, they cuckoo for cocoa puffs? What causes me to have certain triggers? Like with me, I don't like when people say stupid stuff to me. I'm just being honest. Like if okay, I tell you my name is Larry, or I write on the board. Let's say this is the board, and I have my name is Larry. It's up there big. My name is Larry, and you come up and you say, "What's your name? Is your name Larry?" And it's up there big on the board. Well, that's one of the things that I have to work on because then I start saying all types of I don't most of the time no I won't say most of the time, but I end up saying I be saying stuff in my head like, are you dumb? You don't see that. You don't see that big as that is. Say my name is Larry, and you gonna ask me, "Is your name Larry?" Because I've had people do that, especially in certain classroom settings. I write my name up there, over here, over there, up there, right there. It's written all over the like that song say, "Was it Mick and it's written all over your face." You don't have to say a word. Just smile, just smile. My name is written all on the board, and you come up to me. Is your name Larry? Is your name Mr. J? Now, most of the time, our response would be like, yes, it's written 4 times up there on the board. Reading books, reading books on developing as well, especially if you're talking about you want to develop, if you want to develop in like what, for example, I have this book that I read. It's a wonderful book. It's a book titled Boundaries. The book is pretty much about setting boundaries in your life because we have family members and some of them are crazy as hell. And in a lot of our families have the tendencies that spread and keep passing on this dysfunction. So many families think because, oh, okay, I can do you like that. Oh, okay, I can come and keep borrowing money, borrowing money, borrowing money, borrowing money for you. Well, I think I could do you like that. And when you say something and you stand your ground, everybody look at you like you crazy. Like, what's wrong with you? You supposed to help family out. No, Didn't nobody tell you to actually blow all your money, because your money, actually, if you listen, and this is where we go back to a clear mindset and clear environment. Your money will tell you, your money speak lessons to you. Your money actually teaches you lessons. When you borrow, when you having to go through those segments, your money teaches you lessons. Me and my sister, we were talking about that one day, and she was telling me, she said, um, she said, I know in the area where I messed up at, I shouldn't have did this, I shouldn't have did that. Well, see, she already knew she had messed up at. It's accountability. Now, some people, they don't even know that. They just be blowing money and everything, don't know where the money went. Then they want to get mad at you. And so when we talk about family accountabilities, people get mad because they feel like how you, first of all, how you get mad at somebody else about their money that they went and worked for. And that's what most families do. They want to get mad at you. Ain't nobody tell you to keep. Then you asking for money. Then look up, you went out tonight. You went out the night before. You went out. And I'm like, now wait a minute now. Every week you ask for money. And then you get mad. Well, it ain't like you the one up there, you got that big job. You're right. And I made the decision to get this big job. Same opportunity that was presented to me. Oh, you had the same opportunity that could have been given to you. And each of us, we have these opportunities. So reading books on money management. I have one right now, money management, how to manage our money. And I'm still working on that, because sometimes I be on mismanage my money, and then I have to end up, instead of eating longwood, what no, longhorn, I may have to go in the grocery store and buy a pack of chicken legs, some Roman noodles, or some rice and a can of peas. We gotta cook up that meal, but you gotta make sure your bills get paid and everything. And that's what I actually, and I now I'm gonna be honest, I've learned that lesson with money, and I'm still continually learning that lesson with money, and still trying to advance also in that lesson with money. But reading different books, money management, how to develop personally, um how to develop in your finances, how books on management, these type of books, you can learn how to manage your own ability. Like, one of the things I'm gearing towards is eating better, and understanding the foods, some of them, of what I'm eating and what is it doing in my body. Cause we just eat up everything. We eat pigs, we eat cows, possums, deer, snakes, monkeys, gorillas, cats, dogs, everything else. Now, I don't eat some of this stuff, but we don't know what this stuff is going on in our body. What is it doing in our body? So that's why me and my sister, we was actually talking, and she sent me a list, and I started reading up on these vegetables, what the vegetables do in your body. So I've been incorporating that, and like I'm going to be incorporating a lot of other things in my life. But developing career wise, okay, what do you want to? You say you want to be a teacher, okay? How we gonna go from being a teacher? Do you have a bachelor's? Have you been certified? Well, I don't know how to do that. Okay, well, you go to your counselor's office and you go to the GAZE part, where they actually talks about this different certification programs. You need to do your student teaching. If you don't have that background in teaching and you just want to jump from over here to jump, well, yes, you will have to take the GAZE. You want to navigate and read about the area that you want to go in. Personal development, developing on that. But on that note, I want to thank you all so much, just throwing out some tips and everything, because I got to hurry up and go. But thank you for tuning in to Say It Larry J. I'm your host. Please make sure you click that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button, and share it with someone. Maybe it can be an empowerment and a blessing to someone that really needs to hear this. I think I've covered all, but I'm probably have skipped some parts because I'm on a time crunch. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night. Happy Tuesday. Bye.